Yeah, one time for the fun time. Shit, bitch. Yeah, thank you, Father, for showing who really bitches. Niggas run their mouth, I treat the stool like it's Zelly.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Marlon. Yeah, and welcome back to another episode of Marlon's World. First, I want to thank God for letting me do another major episode. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do this. And also, I want to shout out to my homie for letting me do it up in his joint. Also, I want to shout out to Viral Customs. I'm gonna drop the link in below in the description.
I got an IG.
You got an IG, so I'm gonna put the link for that. And as y'all can see, these joints is nice, bro. I gotta cop me one so I can go ahead and put the Marlins World joint in my my college dorm. So who I have with me today is my brother. I've been knowing him for almost 5+ years now, pretty much almost since like 7th, 8th grade. And look who done walked up in the building.
Man,
Yeah, man.
T-Money. You gonna hop in real fast or what?
That's good, man.
Y'all hear him in the background.
got the Viral Customs, man.
You see him in the back. So, no other than, like I said, I'm gonna share my love for my boy Dare. That boy that taught me a lot when it came to my podcast and my branding for myself, bro. If it really wasn't for him and a couple other people, Marlon's World wouldn't be where it's at. And it's also, no, for real, bro. Like, I don't think y'all understand. Like, Dare, I've been on this phone constantly. We always on the phone just talking about ideas, just talking about entrepreneurship. And this episode, I really want him to talk about what he got. His stuff is called K.E.W.S Success, but at the beginning of it, he actually started with D-Money. And I want him to talk to y'all with that process of just being an entrepreneur and dealing with the process of just building a brand and how he succeeded with it. So my first question is for you. People don't know that you started off with D-Money and you changed it to K.E.W.S Success. Why did you do that?
Alright, so when I first started, I just had my logo.
Right.
Just a logo.
And he got it on too, y'all, so.
This one of them.
That's the OG version.
Right, first piece. But when I first started, it was just a logo. And then I go around school selling it, but I never had a name for it.
Right.
And then a few people would just be like, oh, that's the D-Money. I never named it myself. Like, it would be people around the school just, oh, that's D-Money. Because that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
The money sign. So they came up with it by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, when I started, I was 17, and I was trying to sell it to one of my teachers. So she called one of her friends who was black. I think she like worked for Nike or something like that. But I wasn't pitching it right. I didn't have a pitch how to sell it because I was still a kid. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't really know that much. So when she asked me, she like, "What's the name of it?" She was like, "I just told her I got a logo." Like, you feel me? I'm just selling the logo. So what's the name? I'm like, D-Money. She like, "You think people will buy your name?" Which kind of threw me out because people buy Ralph Lauren and stuff like that. That's somebody's name. That's a name, you know. It's somebody's name. But so when she said that to me, I didn't know. I'm like, nah. Like, who am I? So with the K.E.W.S Success, that's what it came with. That's who I am. K.E.W.S Success, being doubted. K.E.W.S Success, you being successful. You killing all the doubters. All the people that hate on you. It's me. It's my story.
Yeah.
This is the brand, but the K.E.W.S Success is who I am. It's what I stand on. That's what I do.
Okay.
So that's the reason why I had to switch that or transition to the K.E.W.S
To the
Success.
K.E.W.S Success for D-Money. Okay. So
And
another
I feel like it's cliche. Like,
cliche. Well, see, when you first came out with it though, well, like when we first met, I was just like, bro, that's nice though. See, but it's all depending on, like you said, this is not just me. We talking about the whole audience of the world who we trying to give the brand to. And we trying to sell our name and it ain't nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? That's when you gotta really change it from the D-Money to K.E.W.S Success. And that's why I had transitioned mine from Marlon's World to my world. And it worked out so perfectly because of the MW. So it just transitioned.
Tell them who made the logo though.
So y'all see this, bro.
Tell them who made the logo.
Y'all see this.
You know who made the logo.
Like I said, bro, I don't think, bro, this man, we have done countless hours, bro, of just editing and creating a brand for myself. And I respect him so much for just like literally taking the time, like, just for him to do that. But he know how I am. He know I'm gonna give back to him, especially when this podcast stuff hit, bro. He know he gonna be by my side. And just not only that, bro, like he know I got him, like no matter through any and everything.
And I'm calling.
One call away.
Every time I'm checking.
Every time. So, and it's just like, I don't think, once again, bro, I want him to talk about the entrepreneurship of what it took from to get where he was then when he was 17, like y'all heard him saying till now. So I want you to talk about like the process of picking the right materials. You know what I'm saying? Because people don't know that you do it yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you, when you made mine, probably how long it took us? Like an hour. Like it took us an hour and a half, but it took like the first part we had to figure out what font we wanted to use.
What font? It started off with the font because really they don't know. Well, a lot of people don't. They think it's a M and a W.
Yeah.
It's two M's.
It's two M's. That's what I'm saying. People don't know that.
We had to get creative because we couldn't find the right W. So by us just playing with it, brainstorm, like, you know what? Let's just flip the M upside down.
And it matched so perfectly.
It went together. Like, let's put them together. So I welded it together, which means like just put it together, make it stick together.
I'm gonna show the video too. I posted it on TikTok and my Instagram, and I just showed the whole process of that. That was me. It was really him. Whole time.
We was working. We was
but
in
we
the
was
lab.
doing it together. We was in the lab together, bro. We was just putting the piece together, and it just fit so perfectly. So
and it was a good time.
We just talking every time we was great, bro. So, my next question I wanted to ask you was, what was the transition when you had to do the transition from D-Money to K.E.W.S? What was the, other than just changing the name, what other adversities did you have to go through? Like the clientele wise?
Oh, yeah, so that's one of the big keys. Like that's really the main reason why I started. Another reason was a girl that I went to school with. You know what's crazy? She tracked me down. Like, it was so weird because she went looking for me. Because people was walking around with my hoodies on, and then I guess one of her friends had one. Then they just came looking for me. I was in the hallway with one of my homies, and she really asked me like, "So this you? Like this your clothing brand?" Like she's like, "This him?" Like him with, "Who is this?"
Right.
I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Yeah." I was telling her who I was. She like, "How much?" I'm like, at the time it was like $35 for like regular vinyl, and then for the reflective, like this two-tone. So
yeah.
It might be shining in the camera, like it might be black, but it's a gray.
Yeah.
But it shines like reflective.
Yeah.
Like 40 for reflective at the time, and she was like, "You think I'm gonna pay for your name? You think I'm gonna pay for your name?" She just kept saying that for a long time. I'm like, you didn't came looking for me, so you obviously you wanted something. Like
you want something.
You came looking for me. Then you like 2 years younger than me, so I'm a senior. I'm almost out the door. You're like a freshman or a sophomore. So like, why are you looking for right. And I already played on the basketball team, so really like majority of the people already knew who I was. So I'm like, all right, what do you want? Like, and then she just did all that, but around that time when she did that, then the other lady actually made me think. She was just being an asshole, but the actual adult, she made me think like, man, if you want to make it with this, you have to change something. Something has to change because it is kind of weird. I didn't have a name, but then people started naming it for me, so I didn't even name it. So when she found out the name of the brand, the young lady, I didn't tell her that. Somebody else told her.
Right.
So she already came to me on full flash, like, who do you
think
think you are?
Like,
who do you think you are, man? Like,
yeah.
All right, cool. You be cool. Have a blessed day.
Oh, bro.
Weird. But she made me think. The older lady, she made me think. And I went home that night. I'm like, I had to like dig deep. Like, who are you? Your name of your clothing is D-Money, but who is he? Like who do you think you are? Let me show you who I am. And a lot of people at the time, I knew I wasn't going to college. I just knew flat out my senior year. I just knew, all right, this is it. This is the last run. I wasn't like I was failing in school. I did decent on my SAT.
You just knew who you was.
I just knew that wasn't for me. Like, nah, I'm not.
I'm glad that you knew that though at the time.
Yeah, I'm like,
instead of going in a year, and then
Not to say it like this, but to say it like that. They didn't have nothing that I really wanted to do there. Like, I know I don't want to be a doctor. I know I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be no nurse. I don't want to be an engineer. The only thing I really looked forward to was, besides clothing, was owning property. You don't really need to go to school for that. Like, and I talked to so many people before my junior year. It was like God was blessing me. I'll get in an Uber and I'll tell somebody I was in high school and I'll tell them what I wanted to do. Like, I want to own properties and stuff like this. And every single time I talked to somebody about doing that,
You
they
gotta
all
go to school
told me
for
the
it.
same thing. Like, are you planning to go to college for that? Yeah. Don't. Everybody told me the same thing. So I already knew when I stepped into my senior year of high school, like, all right, I'm not going.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I wasn't going. And then I had stopped playing basketball, so I'm like, I know for a fact, like, what? You know, I actually knew, I knew
Yeah.
I knew I involved.
You
I'm
did
like,
though.
man, I'm not finna go on scholarship and they gonna pay for me going to school? I'm not going. Because a lot of people go to school, they don't know why they there.
Mm-hmm.
No purpose.
No plan.
Well, they go there and they change they major.
Yeah.
You keep changing.
That's a big thing that
You
happens a
gotta
lot.
keep changing your major from this. You already owe them money. Now you change. You got to owe them some more money. Like, you keep playing with these people's money. You got it. You're going to get that money back.
Yeah.
Like, student loan, they're going to get their money back.
Yeah.
This is
Some
America.
way, somehow.
America, they're going to get their money back for sure. Like, they going to get their money
For
back.
sure. So my next question, because once again, we've been knowing each other for so long, and I feel like what I really learned from you was no matter how hard it got for you, you were still able to proceed with what you do.
Mhm.
You were still able to stay calm even when the situation was getting tough at a point like maybe your clothes wasn't selling.
Like, selling.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
selling.
it was a good, what was that? Probably like a 6-month grace period? Was it?
I'm going to say, just remember how I told you, why I messed up was my audience. My audience was me going to high school and stuff.
Right.
To the people that was in high school.
Mm.
Once I graduated, it's like, I'm not going to walk back in this school.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
get me? I'm not going back in this school. Even though I know a bunch of people in there,
Mhm.
I'm not going to go back in there. And then all my friends were the way to school. But I wasn't thinking, you know, when I first graduated, I already made so much money and had so much money saved up from throughout the school year because I was doing the numbers. Like,
Mhm.
the money was being made.
Right.
So I'm like, man, I'm straight. Like, the summertime, I'm good. I'm blowing the bag though. I'm not spending my money wisely. I'm blowing the bag. I'm going to parties, buying this. I'm buying people this, giving money. Hey, you behind me. Not thinking, like, cause I got it, and then once the money started drying up, cause remember at first I didn't make T-shirts at all.
Right.
I never made
It was
that.
just
That
straight
summer,
hoodies.
that summer it was no T-shirts being
Yeah.
made. It was just straight hoodies, and that came from me not listening to my father. He told me make my logo smaller. Like, no, I'm not doing it to make it fit on the T-shirt. Like, no, I'm not doing it. I missed out on so much money
Ooh.
by being naive, and you know, like, man, I'm not gonna do it. I'm doing my own way. That was God slapped me in the back of my head. You should listen. Damn fool, you should listen. So I missed out on a lot of money by doing that, but it taught me a lesson though. And then by the time, so that was like, you got June, July, August. The end of August, early September is when that money was like gone. Where the money at? It's gone. And I was like, all right, summer, like hoodie season starting up again. But it still didn't hit me. So I started back hooping. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to school. Shit. I know I can hoop, but I'm like, I gotta get back in shape.
Mhm.
Got back in shape. Now then as I'm starting to go to gyms, it's like I got my logo on, people noticing it, then I started back making money. So I started making money at the same time too. And I started doing stuff like when you went to school, when my other homies went to school, I would give them clothes.
Yeah, you would give us some stuff.
Give y'all stuff. Not even make you pay for it. I'll give it to you, you wear it. Or I give you more than one thing, give it away.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? I wouldn't even if you wear like a large, I'd give you 3 large hoodies and 2 smalls and a medium.
Right.
I know you can't fit it, but if the more you wear this, the more people gonna say, oh, what's that? Because you wear it every day.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's how I started getting money on college campuses without going. I spread it like that. My homies on the baseball team, St. Louis University. Teammates asking me for stuff. I had people who I went to high school with, because I went to Carver Military first. People that went to across the country, you know, they China, stuff like that.
Right.
I'm sending them stuff they friends asking.
Right.
So I branded it like that. Like, I wasn't smart when I first started, but then I started smartening up because I'm like, all right, I don't actually have to be there. It just have to be seen.
Right.
As long as it's seen, I can get the customers.
Mhm.
If you see it, you're going to like it because it's quality stuff. Like I said, I always make sure I get quality. You know, I might not have a lot of it, but the quality is there. It's
Right.
100% always there. All I always cared about was the quality. Like, I knew it was other people who made stuff in my school too, but their quality wasn't there. Like, I knew it wasn't. That's why I used to beat them up. That's why I used to go to school and sell my stuff for $20 while you selling $50 for hoodie, but you can't get it off.
Mm-hmm.
You sitting on it. Don't sit on it.
Right, just get it off.
Get it off.
Put your name out there.
Yeah, that's all I was worried about was getting it off.
Yeah, that make a lot of sense. Hold on, let me check. You good?
Still rolling? Yeah,
For sure. So, next question. How old you now?
21.
21. So you D-Money / K.E.W.S Success been going on for almost 5.
Nah, so K.E.W.S started, D-Money started 2018 in September. I made my first hoodie. I didn't sell my first hoodie. I ended up selling my first hoodie for the same price I bought it for. So I bought the hoodie for 25, sold it for 25. There was a dude at my school that was rapping. His name was Lil Romo. I think he's still rapping now.
Okay.
He had some decent music. I sold it to him for 25, and he wore it. Like we had like it was around homecoming, so he wore it on stage at the homecoming.
Right.
What's that? It's all like I
Straight.
said, all I needed is to be seen. That's all I need is my logo to be seen.
Right.
He wore it and performed in it. It was a regular school day. Homecoming happened. He just had the hoodie on. So it happened they let him perform his song. And he went up there, he did it. Shit was lit. I ain't gonna lie. He had that. He turned it up. Did what he was supposed to do. But that hoodie was on. That's all I needed.
That's all you needed.
That's all I needed to do. So that was 2018, and then 2019, I started drawing the logos for K.E.W.S Success. I didn't start making the actual clothes until 2020.
Okay.
Because I just made a bunch of stuff. Because I feel like if I was going to drop it, it had to be that. Remember, it went from me using vinyl to me stitching patches. So
you started stitching that joint.
It started being a process from me using a heat machine to, and that's another thing. It felt like school to me. I was still learning how to do this stuff. So I went from heat press to stitching to learn how to sew. And it went from being there working at lid, so I know how to sew hats.
Yeah.
So it was always learn, just keep learning.
Right.
Never feel like you're too big to learn.
Yeah.
There's always space for improvement.
Always room for improvement. And that's what I think I learned from you as far as that aspect of the clothing or like just the entrepreneurship business. Because I came to him with my Marlon's World brand, and I was doing it with the Instagram Live. I know y'all, that's when I started off with.
Yeah, it was a live.
And then he told me, he was like, bro, he's like, I think you need to go ahead and move to YouTube. And I was telling him, I was like, I don't want to do it yet, just due to the fact that I want to build my clientele.
And he was doing it on audio.
Yeah, I was doing it on Anchor, Spotify, and I'm gonna start that back up. It's just that I just gotta find the proper devices to do that.
You send them to me, you'd be like, I didn't have Spotify at the time.
Yeah.
Everybody got YouTube.
Everybody got YouTube.
Everybody got YouTube.
So it was only right.
Even if you don't got YouTube, you send a link and it's gonna send you to YouTube.
Yeah.
It's always
easy. You can still watch it. You don't even got to be logged in. You know what I'm saying? So once that happened, I transferred over to YouTube. So then Dare was like, I think you need to start a brand. So I was like, bro, I'm in school. I don't know if I could really do that. And he was like, man, look, I don't give a fuck. He was like, bro, I'm gonna help you out. He was like, just do this shit. He was like, all I need you to just be locked in with me. And I was like, shit, come on. So then last year, it's gonna be. It hasn't even been a whole year yet. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit a year though.
Yeah,
it's gonna hit a year in December.
Yeah.
Go ahead again in December. I made my
Right
first
It was
hoodie.
right after my birthday, but right before.
Right before
yours.
mine.
So it was like December, like 15th.
15th, yeah.
In between.
It was around that time. It was right before I had to go back to school though. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, we was in the lab. Once again, I'm gonna show the video, and we was just in there, just putting in that work, and we finally made like a little masterpiece. I was able to do some pre-orders and stuff like that, and I will. Me and him been talking about it. So now it's more so like I'm trying to do the shirts and the hoodies, the sets and stuff like that. So
Be cold though,
some socks, some with the world socks. Oh, for sure. I might have to do that for track. Most definitely, I gotta get me a pair.
That too, you run track, man. You can push that with the sports gear. Remember, I gave you one of those.
Yeah, you
like
did. I got one.
T-shirt,
I got one.
Kind of like a dry fit type thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Running
too.
that at track, it's just like it's lightweight, so it's not heavy like a T-shirt. So it almost feel like, because I know y'all be running with like the tank top.
The tank top. That's
so
what I be needing.
Imagine you got like a dry fit hoodie on. Me personally, I don't watch track, but I've never seen nobody run with that on. So you might be setting a trend though.
You could.
You could. Not me.
Could.
You could.
I could.
You could be setting the trend.
No, because realistically, the only problem with that is when you do it with your team, you gotta wear the team uniform. But what I have to do is most realistically, the only thing I probably do is sweatband and socks, realistically, or arm sleeve, or like the little shin sleeve, something like
Them
that.
would be cold. I like the shins.
Shins, yeah, I probably have to do it. Yeah,
them cold.
yeah. See, the season don't start till my season don't start till January, so we got nothing but time to
Pitch
do
it to
that.
your coach though.
Yeah,
He
see
might
how
he
feel
might
about
be
that.
down. Pitch it to your coach. He might be down. With
So
it.
speaking of pitching, how did you just? So you pretty much just told us how you was able to get your brand out. You finally told us the process of it. Now I kind of want you to piggyback on the process. When you realized that you was able to switch from the vinyl to the stitching, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, you had number of room to learn. You was able to work at lids, and you finally figured out like, oh shit, I can do something with this. Not only with where I'm working at, but with my brand as well. When did you realize that you can like kind of implement that into your brand and kind of be more successful further? Because I think in this day and age now, we like a lot of different shit. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got their own style.
Everybody got their own style.
Everybody got
their own style.
That's what I like about. I'm not gonna cap. After 2020, I feel like everything started expanding more. Like you can open your eye to different things. Like me personally, I don't judge style. Like say if it's like stuff you wear or like the Tyler Creator type style.
Yeah.
My homies hate that. I think that shit fly. Like a nice cardigan, like that
with
shit
some
fly.
shorts.
Like, man, people they hate on tote bags. I fuck with. I make them myself. I didn't make them and sold them.
Right. I got a bag.
I made it.
I made you a bag.
Right. So it's like.
I was like, bro, I need me a toe. He got me one.
Exactly. So it's like you got your own style, and it's dope to me. Like it's able to expand styles, and me, I feel like by me learning how to do everything, I can put my hand in everything, so I can be able to sell everything. I can make a cardigan. I can make a tote bag because I'm not judgmental to that.
Yeah, you able to expand. Once you was able to expand your mind on the style of things, you was able to be more creative, more fluent with your own brand as well. I like that though.
Like different people like different things. Like,
so what's up? I'm gonna do it real fast too, so I can knock it out. So, want to know what's some brands that have inspired you or like gave you like some ideas?
It's like hard to name them off the top of my head, but it's a lot of black owned though, like for real, like streetwear. Even though Warren Lotus, he's not black, but like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Joe Fresh Goods is one of them. Cause I do want to jump into that streetwear type thing. That's something I've never really touched into.
Right.
I did like a lot of hoodies and stuff like that, and shorts, and I didn't even feel like I reached my full potential with that. So I do want to reach my full potential with that before I jump into something else.
Right.
But so far as like K.E.W.S one of them. The dude make the sneakers. He got like the lightning bolt. It look like a Jordan 1 silhouette.
Yeah.
That's a black.
Still like it's Zelly Fitness. Told my nigga Gualo.